get started here. What is going on, guys? Again, combining this with the podcast. But on this Rover Sports, it is Week 6 edition of the show. I wanted to just talk about some of the big storylines in the NFL last week. And the biggest storyline in the NFL last week was Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders, or the Vegas Raiders, I should say, going into Arrowhead in a place where Derek Carr had never won a game before. And this was a house of horrors for Derek Carr. And on paper, it seemed like if the Buffalo Bills offense was more explosive than first of all, the Chiefs offense is more explosive than the Bills. So on paper, it seemed like the Raiders did not have the horses to go out there and contend and compete and match blow for blow with the offense. It seemed like Paul Gunfer was on his absolute last leg in Oakland, absolutely getting lit up by Josh Allen. Paul Gunfer got lit up by Josh Allen, and the defense just really succumbed. And even against the Panthers, and even in week 2, week 2 they played Drew Brees, who barely can throw the ball anywhere, anyhow. So for the Raiders to go into Kansas City, and for John Gruden to beat the defending champions and one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever grace this earth in Pat Mahomes in Arrowhead Stadium at 1 o'clock in a real must-win game with the schedule that's coming up, it was absolutely impeccable. Henry Ruggs, Derek Carr, it was really a defining win in the era of John Gruden, just like the Saints game was, just like last year. They had some big moments last year, getting some wins like against the Chargers and against the Broncos to start off the season. And the Raiders, that's the thing with this Oakland team, is that they have the ability to run the ball with Josh Jacobs. They have Alec Ingold. They have Trent Brown. So they have a very good offensive line. Tom Cable has really done a phenomenal job with this offensive line throughout the season. But it was up to Derek Carr to have an explosive passing game because his nickname was Check Down Carr. And Derek Carr had him proven that he was the guy that was capable of going and winning one of the real difficult games. He went out to New England, and the same thing happened with Carr. He went to play Aaron Rodgers last year. He went to go play Sam Darnold in the Jets last year. The same Jets that are abysmal this year beat him 34-3. So Derek Carr and the Raiders at times fall apart. I'm not saying that the Raiders are going to be like this playoff juggernaut or that Derek can even win the playoff games, but I believe the Raiders can make the playoffs this year, that they could stay on course, and they have the Browns and the Bucks coming up. They have a bye week. It's fascinating. They let it all out there. Paul Gunfer with a good plan of rushing 4 guys and making Mahomes run around. It was the most Mahomes had run around in terms of miles ran on a football field in a long time. But Derek Carr and really the dynamic of Henry Ruggs at number 12, that was really one of the best picks that the Raiders have ever made because, and then you look at Abram, Mad Max Crosby, so really good picks all around. Joyner, drafting Josh Jacobs, using the Jacobs pick, I think in the Khalil Mack trade. But now you look at the Raiders and you look at Mullins. Can Mullins play corner? I don't think he's playing that well. You look at Arnett. Again, guys are always banged up for the Raiders. That's the one thing about this team. But this completely changes your mind after Josh Allen came in there and led cover to cover, and Derek Carr didn't have what it took in the second half. Or the offense. The offense was lacking that explosiveness. The offense was lacking the ability to go score for score in a league that's a passing league, in a league where you got to score points quickly to win at a high level and be the best of the best. And Derek Carr was able to hit Henry Ruggs, and Nelson Aguilar is really having a resurgence in his career out in Vegas. He's making some incredible catches. So right now with Darren Waller, with Jacobs, with kind of a ball control offense, if you add the element of Henry Ruggs and you add the ability to score quickly, and Derek actually looks for big plays at times and extends plays and is able to hit, like that Hunter Renfrow play was absolutely huge in that juncture of the third quarter. If he's able to do that, this is going to be a team with Derek Carr that can win at a high level, compete in the AFC for years to come with John Gruden. Phenomenal win, great patience. The hiring of Mike Mayock was fantastic, and this win going to Kansas City, it was absolutely a win that the Oakland Raiders, 1,000,000%, the Oakland Raiders, or the Vegas Raiders, I should say, they needed this win. So credit to Derek Carr and credit to John Gruden and Josh Jacobs running the football. And now can the Raiders sustain this for the entirety of the season? Because they showed last year they were 6-4 last year before this team fell apart. So that remains to be seen what is going to happen with the Vegas